Hey everyone, it's Nikki again. Welcome back to my channel. I cannot believe that I'm already doing my first update for 13 by Halloween. I feel like the whole month just kind of flew by, but here we are. So I wanted to get started. So pretty much what I'm doing, Project Pan, 13 by Halloween, MT 30 products or hit pan on 13 products by Halloween. And so the first one I just kind of want to get out of the way because I just chunked it in the trash, was the Wet n Wild Photofocus setting spray in the matte version. So if you watch the intro, you know that I had trouble with this product a lot beforehand, and I just wanted to use it up because I did purchase it, did spend money on it. It was only like $5, but still like $5 is a Starbucks drink. So yes, it's valuable. But like the nozzle just would not cooperate, and I'd have to pull the nozzle out, like readjust it every time that I just pumped it, and so it was just annoying really to use. I did end up using it 4 times. Let me see, 3 times. I only used it 3 times. And so on the 3rd time that I used it, I opened up the lid and tried to readjust the nozzle, and I guess when I put it back down, I didn't screw the top on all the way, and so it just fell over one day and it spilled out, and I wasn't even mad about it because I was like, yes, now I don't have to use it because it's annoying as heck. So that one is out. It's been out for a while, and I'm not sorry, and I'm not replacing it with anything because it was just, I think my frustration having to use it just those 3 times justifies having to like actually pan it. So we're just gonna move on from that. The next thing I hit pan on, I don't know if this was the second one but I did hit pan on this pretty quickly, is my Profusion blush palette. It was in the shade, oh, this is a little like dirty on the sides. Okay, just wipe that off really quick. Okay, so it was the shade Alive right here, and this was one of my favorite shades. Let me adjust this really quick. There you go. So I really enjoy this palette, and this was my favorite shade for the longest time, and I used that all up pretty quickly earlier this year or late last year, and so I started focusing on the shade Alive, which is a really pretty, and I wish I had, maybe I can get some off the edges, just a tiny little bit. It's a very like a natural shade. There's a little bit like kind of scraped off the side, but it kind of just gives like a little bit of a natural glow and flush to the cheeks, which I really enjoy. It does have a little shimmer in it, so it gives you like that little natural shimmery glow because shimmer is so natural. But the shade Lush is almost the exact same shade. It just does not have the shimmer in it, so I enjoy those two a lot. The other shades in this palette, like the other blushes, I'm probably not going to dip into. I might use this one, which is really nice. When I first got this palette, I thought that was the shade I was going to use a lot, but it is a lot more pink than I'm used to wearing, but I might give it a try actually, and use up the rest of the palette. Like this whole palette was just $4.99, which is crazy because I love those two, and I would pay $5 for those separately, like $10 for both of them. So the fact that the whole palette was like $5, that's just amazing. But yeah, like I don't really use those other shades as often, but I might try to get some use out of them as well. Yeah, but that was another one that I hit pan on, so that's 2 out of 13 that I've hit pan. The next one I used up, I think this was the first one I actually hit, like truly hit pan on, was the Bite Beauty Cream Lip Crown in the shade Glacé, and I used this I think 4 times before I hit pan. There's a tiny little bit, so I might be able to get like a swatch out of it, but I definitely wouldn't be able to apply that on my lips. But it's such a pretty shade. But I did struggle before, because before I started this channel, I tried to do like my own project pan at home, and I just would not reach for this because as pretty as that shade is, and it is really pretty, I really like that shade, I just don't like the formula. And I don't think there's anything wrong with the formula, it's just a lot creamier than what I personally prefer to wear on my lips. So if you're into really creamy lips, like this is perfect. I mean, it's like a cream lip crown, so obviously it was going to be creamy, but if you're more into like a creamier lip like this, I would definitely recommend. And I just love all of Bite Beauty's products. So beautiful shade, just not like my personal preference on that one, but I did hit pan, so super excited about that. I've had that for a while, trying to get it out of my collection because it was really pretty. I did want to get some use out of it as well. The thing I hit pan on was this Tarte Base Tape Hydrating Primer from their Double Duty Beauty collection. I love saying that. But this little guy, this tiny little thing, took me 19 uses before I was able to completely empty out this little tube. Though I had already used it before for a while. I marked it like about right here, but I'm pretty sure I was a little lower than that. Like my hand was all shaky. So like you can definitely get a whole month's worth of use out of this. So if it's something that you're interested in, I'm pretty sure one of the orders that I placed on Sephora, it was use this code to get this like item for free. So like this guy, I mean, I really enjoyed using it, and I'm considering purchasing a fuller size. Maybe not like the full size, maybe the travel size, which is half the price, half the product. But I also have a lot of other primers that I'm trying out right now and using. So since it does have like a 6-month shelf life, once you open it, probably get the smaller one just so I can like incorporate all of my primers at the same time. But like definitely worth a try. It smells a little like coconut when you first put it on, but as like you're applying it, as it kind of settles into your skin, that scent dissipates, and you don't smell it at all. But as you're applying it, I'm like, ooh, I like that scent. I just like scented fruity type of things. But if you're allergic to coconut, because I know a couple people that are, or if that's not a scent that you particularly enjoy, this probably might be a pass, but I would recommend it if you are looking for a decent hydrating primer. So check that one out. Fifth and final product that I hit pan on, and it's kind of a sneak peek for another project, which if you're following this channel you might know what it is. It is the City of Color Shimmer Shadow in the shade Cheers to Life. Now this was really exciting to me because I am doing a pan those eyeshadows, so I was nervous that I might not hit pan on anything. So sneak peek, I did. I kind of dipped my finger into this to pat the shimmer all over the lid, and when I pulled it back, there was the pan right there in the center, which is really exciting. What I did was, I used this in the past, but I hadn't used it in a while, so I concentrated on the deepest dip in the shadow on the pan, and I just concentrated on that and pretty much was able to hit pan. I used it a total of 6 times, which was really surprising to me. I thought I would have to use it several more times to actually achieve pan, but I'm so excited I actually did it. Oh, and I just got some on the back of my finger. Okay, but this is a really pretty shade. It's so soft. Like, I'm pretty sure this cost about $4, but just look how gorgeous that is. So pretty. This lighting, I need to get better at that, but look how pretty that is. And I'm a little disappointed that I hadn't reached for it beforehand, but having used it now, I'm like really excited that it was part of this project because that is just a gorgeous shade, and the formula for this is so soft. I know some of the City Color Cosmetics shadows are kind of hit or miss. I know I've had a shimmer in the past that was just like, it was so hard. I could like is this, like, what is this that you've given me? And it was the same like from the same line, so it was like, why is this one so hard and this one's like buttery as all. But yeah, so excited that I hit pan on that. Out of 13 products, I hit pan on 5, so that was so exciting, and I'm so like pumped. As soon as I hit pan on the shadow, I was like, okay, like we can do this. Like I can do pretty much anything, which is pretty much like psyched and pumped myself up on that. So with that being said, I want to go on to the items that I didn't hit pan on. Products I didn't use a single time. Didn't use it once. It does have a little bit of a dip in it, but that was from an accident from a long time ago when I first depotted and put this in my little Z palette here. But this is from the Balm Cosmetics. It is the shade Locked Up from their Foiled Again palette, and it is a very pretty silver. So I joke all the time that I get cyborg vibes from looking at this, but I really enjoy that silver metallic shade. It's really pretty. I didn't use it. I really wanted to focus on the other eyeshadow that I had in this project before moving on to this one. So now that I've hit pan on Cheers to Life, I'm definitely going to focus all of my attention onto this Locked Up shade. Now that one's out of the way, sorry I did not use that one at all, but I want to go just down the list of what I have written here for the other products that I did use but did not hit pan on. So the very first one up, it's actually this. Is it? No, it's this Profusion lip liner in the shade Kissable, and I used that just twice. I'm not a big fan of it the both times that I've used it. I'm not gonna like roll it up all the way because it did kind of start to bend, and I'm a little worried when I was measuring how much I'd used. I'm a little worried it might just break off completely, but that is the shade. It's a decent pink shade, but I just don't know how I feel about the formula. I love Profusion eyeshadows, but their lip products I've not been a fan of every time that I've used them. And this one, to be fair, I want to use it a few more times before I make like a final judgment, but I do want to like use it up and get it out of my collection because I never reach for it. But like I said, I feel guilty if I just kind of declutter things without having used them, because I did pay money for these things and I don't want that to go to waste. And I used that just a total of 2 times, and I'll insert the picture. Alright, so really quickly, I'm sitting at my desk at work doing some editing before I clock in. I'm here about an hour and a half early, and I'm missing the pictures with the progress, so I'm not going to have those in this video, but I will have them next time. Sorry about that. I'm just going to insert it really quickly. And the next thing on the list is the Seraphine Botanicals Orange and Cream Lip Polish. This I loved. I'm pretty sure this I received in an Ipsy subscription, but here is some of that progress right there. You can see it's almost gone. I probably just have a few more uses on that before it is completely used up. And this one I used a total of 8 times. So I think with just a few more uses, I can probably get rid of that. I did do a haul for the Bite Beauty lipsticks that I purchased, and I used it between swatches on my lips, so I was able to get a good chunk of the use from that video, making that video. But I do like to reach for this, and it smells amazing and it tastes just as good. Probably shouldn't be eating it for a snack, but you know, it was very tasty. The next thing on my list is this Ciate London Wonderwand Gel Kohl Liner in the shade, does it have a shade name? I feel like it should. It has a number, so 087. I don't know if that's like a batch number or like what. I don't think that's a batch number. It should have more numbers if it's batch. But just this cool little liner that has a little smudger brush or lining brush on one side. I always pull off the wrong lid when I'm trying to apply it, but there it is. I did make some progress on this as well. I used this one a total of 5 times. I sharpened it I think once, so there you go. It's nice and sharp. I do like a sharper point. I have on here is the Soap&Glory Sexy Mother Plucker. That really makes me want to go get wings actually. So it's Tom&Cherry, the shade Tom&Cherry in Soap&Glory Sexy Mother Plucker lipstick. It is a satin lip. It is very pretty. I've had this shade for a long time and I've used it quite a bit in the past. I'm actually not wearing it today. I probably should have wore it today to get some more use out of it. But I found that it's a little too creamy. Maybe the formula is changing, or maybe it's just the way I've used it up. It's kind of rounded out the top, and so it smears a lot more. So I have been using a brush to apply it, and I was surprised at how much I actually used up. It does have like a thinner layer, so I definitely have to build it up when I do use it. But I was surprised at how much I actually used up. So when I was measuring everything, it still looks pretty much the same to me, but I laid it down and measured, and I used a lot more than I thought. So I'd only used this a total of 4 times, but in those 4 uses I did get a good amount of product used up. So that was really exciting to measure that and see like how much I'd actually used. The next thing on the list is the MAC Fix Plus Setting Spray in the in the shade Benefit Peony. And here you go. I feel like I did right on this. I might have wiped it off. Oh no, I think it did come off. Oh, there's a tiny little bit. So this is where I had it before. It's very tiny, you can barely see it. I missed it, and you can definitely tell that that's been rubbed and used, but it was up here. Where is it again? I just found it and lost it instantly. So it's right there, and the product is about right here now. So I did get a fair amount of use, especially since I'm not using the Wet n Wild one. I did use this a lot more, and that I used a total of 9 times. So I might go a little bit aggressive with my setting spray, and this does smell really nice. So when I do use it, I try not to use it every day because the scent does, I find for me it stays a little, it lingers a lot longer, and that floral scent gives me a bit of a headache. So I try to alternate the days. So I'll just reach for like my Urban Decay setting spray or my Morphe setting spray, and just kind of switch them out every couple of days. But I did make a good amount of progress. I'm definitely going to be able to finish this before the next update, which is really exciting. But yeah, I still am trying to get that watermelon one, y'all. I really, really want it. And then the next thing on the list that I have, the final product, is this. And I took the label off because my dog got a hold of it and kind of bit into the lip balm, and I was like, ew, and I just took off the little wrapping label. But it's the Burt's Bees lip balm, and it's the original scent, and I do have a little bit of progress, not a lot. Lip balms are hard, y'all, like to try to get to try to use up, and I keep forgetting for like the first couple weeks to take it with me. So I would just use it when I was like getting ready for the night, or if I was like at home not going out anywhere. I was like, oh, there's my Burt's Bees, I probably should use that. So the first couple weeks I did not really do a lot with this, but after that I threw it in my purse and I was just reapplying when I was out shopping or when I was at work. Okay, so it just cut out, which was really weird. Apparently my storage was full or something, But I was on Burt's Bees, and I think I was telling you the total of how many times I use this. I'm sure that's what I was doing. So I used this a total of 12 times after I put it in my purse and took it with me. So when I was shopping, when I was at work, I was just reapplying that way, and I did get a decent amount of use out of it. Not a whole ton. It might be this, I don't know if this will actually happen with Burt's Bees, but the fact that I'm getting more use out of it instead of having like 100 little lip balms that I never touch, that's all I want is some progress. So I want to hit pan really bad, but progress is great. So item on the list, and I almost forgot about this. I was like, wait, I was counting and I completely skipped over this, is the Farmacy Green Clean Makeup Melt Away Cleansing Balm. And I've only used this, I think, a total of 5 times. I think I used it last night. But if you can see, no, because this lighting is terrible. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, so there is some progress, not a lot. I think I'm about a third of the way through this. So if I keep this up, it'll definitely be done by the end of this project. But I do want to use this more. I have been reaching for my Clinique one, Take the Day Off. I could not for the life of me remember what it was called the last time, and I could have easily just gotten up and checked it, but I didn't do that. But that one is definitely, I enjoy it a lot more. They're about the same price. Like the full size of this is the same price. And the scent I'm not too big of a fan of. I know there is a new one, a strawberry scented, so maybe that one I'll give it a try. But once I'm done with this, I'm probably not going to repurchase this one. The scent is just not, it's just not my favorite. And I'd rather have something that I enjoy than something that's like, it works really well, but I'm not 100% sold on it just yet. But I might give that strawberry scented one a try. Who knows? So those are my 13 by Halloween products that I have used in this project pan. I'm so excited that I hit pan on 5 of those. I still have 8 more to go, but I'm pretty confident that I can use up a couple of these before the next update. Some I might have a little bit of a problem with, but we still have 2 more, 1 more update and a finale to go, so 2 more months. Alright, everyone, thank you for watching this update. I know this is like one of my favorite things to watch on YouTube, so being able to participate in projects and film update, whatever you want to call it, is really exciting to me. If you're in any kind of project pan, post below so I can check those out. Like I said, my favorite videos, so definitely want to see more of them. I'm starting to run out. But yeah, if you're participating in like a fall or a Halloween or by the end of the year, definitely post below so I can check those out and let me know in the comments. And I will see y'all next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.